Welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie if you have not been here before, and thanks so much for watching this video. If you're new around here, I am a first-time mom of a now 10.5-month-old. Crazy how fast time goes, but I will never forget the absolute pit in my stomach that I got when my friend texted me when I was probably end of second trimester, and she said, hey, I need to send out your baby shower invites. Where's your registry link? I am someone who really struggled with pregnancy brain. Like, it was just a constant fog up here. I had not even started with my baby registry, and I had no idea where to begin. Thankfully, my sister had already had a baby, so she was able to kind of help me there. But still, there is so much on the market. And again, if you've never done it before, you just kind of have no idea what to choose. So I wanted to give big sister energy, hopefully here today, and kind of guide you in what I feel like is absolutely essential for your baby registry. All of the items that I am going to be talking about today can be found on Amazon too, which I feel like is really easy and accessible for most people. But you can find different versions and brands of all of these things from literally so many other stores. Babylist, Target, those are both places that I also registered to, which I will say before I get into it, make sure you register at least at Amazon, Target, and Babylist so you can get that registry discount. It helps a lot. That being said, I have a lot to get through, so before we get started, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you have not already, hit that notification bell so you're notified every single time I upload. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'd so appreciate that. Leave a comment down below if there is something that you feel like is absolutely necessary for your baby registry. There's just nothing like mom-to-mom advice. I will be linking absolutely everything that I'm sharing with you guys today down in the description box. You can also find my social channels there, Instagram, TikTok, and Poshmark. And that is it. Let's go ahead and get into my baby registry essentials. I have everything broken down into categories. I actually kind of built this list around Babylist's checklist, but some of the stuff that they feel is necessary, I don't really feel like is essential. Every mom, every baby is different. Also, I'm only going up to 6 months of age here. A lot changes with feeding and needs in general when your baby turns 6 months old. And personally, I found that some of the stuff that I put on my registry for when he was a little bit older, when it came time to use it, I realized I didn't really like what I had picked out. And at that point, the return window was up. So I recommend only putting things on your registry that you know for absolute certain you are going to love when your baby is older, or just wait on that stuff until they are a little bit older. I hate wasting money. Okay, let's start with feeding. First things first are bibs. These I actually did not get from Amazon, but I really like these really thin muslin bibs. These have Velcro, and for some reason on Amazon, I could only find the ones that snapped. I honestly don't really like those. I prefer the Velcro ones, but I did see Target had some, so sorry. I am gonna link something that is from another site. But soft, absorbent bibs are a must, especially if you're feeding with a bottle. My son gets really messy with a bottle sometimes, so having some bibs on hand is definitely really nice. I'd say start out with like between 3 and 6, and if you need more, get more at that point. But personally, I was doing a load of laundry at least every other day, if not every single day, so maybe you only need 3 if you're gonna be doing that much also. Okay, speaking of bottle feeding, the bottles that I loved the most were the Even Flow Pro Flow Venting Balance with the standard neck. My baby just responded really well to those bottles. My sister had gotten the advice from a lactation consultant that that was a great bottle if you are breastfeeding as well. So I really liked those. We still use them. You're gonna need a good amount of burp cloths. Trust me on that. I think I started out with maybe a 12 pack, and I think now I have at least 20, if not 24. We're not using them nearly as much, but we are still using them. These are from Amazon, and I really liked them. This is not a necessary product for every single parent out there, but personally, I think having a sterilizer is amazing. Mine sterilizes and dries. I kind of wish I would have splurged and got a bottle washer, sterilizer, dryer combo just because I hate washing dishes. But overall, I really like mine. I have the Baby Brezza super fast sterilizer and dryer. It sterilizes and dries in just 10 minutes, which is so nice. You'll also need like bottle washing accessories, pump washing accessories too. You don't need something super specific. Really anything will work, but I do think it's important to have something that's dedicated to washing your baby's feeding supplies. And then I also use Dapple for my soap. It doesn't have any kind of fragrance or anything to it. If you are planning on breastfeeding, you will need a breast pump, especially if you're planning on doing bottle feeding as well. I'm really sorry because I can't give an amazing recommendation when it comes to breast pumps. I've owned 3 electric pumps. I don't really like any of them, so that's really unfortunate. I would talk to other moms, read reviews. I think it's more of a me problem than a product problem, but if you have health insurance, definitely go through your health insurance. Sometimes you can get a breast pump fully free, otherwise it's heavily discounted, which is so nice because they can be very expensive. But other than an electric pump, I could not recommend passive milk collection anymore. I love the Haka and I love the Boon Troves. Basically, while baby is feeding from one side, you put it on the other breast, which collects all of the letdown. It is such a good way of just passively collecting milk to add to your freezer stash, and it's way more comfortable, at least for me, than using an electric pump. I also know some people that swear by using a hand pump. I need to actually get mine out again and try it. I had a hard time figuring it out when I was freshly postpartum. If you know, you know. The brain cells still are not all there. But beyond that, if you are planning on breastfeeding, nipple cream I consider a must. I also loved using Silverettes. The beginning stages of breastfeeding, there is some growing pains there for sure, so those 2 things will help out a lot. Once your baby has teeth too, you might need it again. Nursing pads are also really great too for when your milk's coming in if you are experiencing a lot of leaking. I've used both the disposable ones as well as the reusable ones. I recommend both. Again, if you're doing a lot of laundry, using the reusable ones is great. You just toss them in with the wash. And then lastly, I wanted to recommend my nursing pillow. I actually have 3 total. I have the Boppy, which I also really like. And then I also have the Travel Boppy, which I bring with me anytime we're traveling. But this one is from Mom Cozy, and I like it the best because it has a clip that you can kind of really get nice and snug around you. And then it's just like easier to place baby. And I feel like he's a lot more comfortable on this pillow. I also like it because it has this little shelf here. So he doesn't just like, you know, roll off the side. The cover does come off of it too, which is nice because you can just toss it in the wash. It's because you will, you know, spill milk, spit up, all that fun stuff. One thing that I did want to mention that I don't feel is an absolute essential, but honestly, kind of would be nice to have. I've gone back and forth on whether I should get one or not, but it is a bottle warmer, and honestly, there are other methods that you can use to heat bottles. We've ran it under hot water. There's the kettle method. There are many ways to do it, but having a bottle warmer definitely makes it just easier. So if it's something that you feel like you're going to use, for sure, toss it on the registry. Okay, let's talk about sleeping. The first thing that I want to talk about are the baby monitors that I own. I own 2 video monitors. The first one that I own is the Hello Baby one. This one does not require Wi-Fi. It just has a screen as well as the camera. It's set up right now, so I'm not gonna grab it. I bought this one for traveling, and it's really easy to travel with. I also bought a stand that I could hook it up to because this is actually the one that we use in our room, and this one works out really well. The pricier monitor that we own that I also really like is the Nanit. We have the floor stand version, and that one does require Wi-Fi, so I just have him pulled up on my phone right now. Actually, he's taking a really good nap at the moment. So again, that is one that requires Wi-Fi. It doesn't have an additional kind of screen with it, but I really like that one also. And this last baby monitor that I wanted to talk about is absolutely not necessary, but if you are somebody like me that struggles with anxiety and was like, how am I just supposed to leave my baby in a crib to sleep overnight and like they're gonna be fine? I was just like tossing and turning as a new mom, just like so scared that my baby would stop breathing and I'd just you know, would have no idea because I was sleeping. I love, love, love the Owlet Dream Sock. He actually still sleeps with it. Not necessarily because I'm as anxious about him sleeping anymore, but it's just peace of mind. It tracks their oxygen level as well as their pulse rate, and it lets you know what type of sleep they're in, whether it's deep sleep or a light sleep. It's really, really helpful. I love it, so I could not recommend it more. Just look into it if you're curious. Okay, so my crib that I have back here actually is not from Amazon. It is from the brand Nestig, and I love it, but I wanted to talk about it because I have noticed there are more brands that are doing this now. The thing that I loved most about my crib is that it goes from a mini bassinet size to a full crib size to a toddler bed. At least back when I was shopping, I only saw like a full-size crib and a toddler bed, and maybe it converted to like a day bed or something. I loved that it was an all-in-one, that I didn't have to have a separate bassinet beyond, you know, having the crib. I do have a one-story, so that makes things a lot easier, but I loved the mini bassinet because I was able to just roll him around the house. So I never needed anything extra that like he could sleep in, maybe like on the couch or somewhere else in the house or like on top of the bed. It's escaping me what those things are called, but there's like those, you know, like oval donut shaped things that you could plop your baby in. I loved having him sleep in his mini bassinet, and I feel like it made him more comfortable with his crib that way. So I did some digging on Amazon, and I did find some cribs that looked really, really nice that had that option, the mini bassinet to full-size crib to toddler bed. So I definitely recommend that when it comes to a crib. Something that I also wish there were more options when I was shopping for are crib mattresses that were breathable. I didn't end up getting a breathable one because I just didn't know about it. He's been fine on his mattress, but I did notice there are some more affordable brands out there now that sell ultra breathable mattresses. So I will link one that I found that I thought was really, really nice. You are also going to need bassinet sheets as well as full-size crib sheets. You can wait on the crib sheets if you want to, but it doesn't hurt to throw them on your registry. A good amount of mattresses are waterproof, but I do like having a waterproof mattress pad on my baby's mattress as well. There are going to be accidents, so it's just kind of nice to like toss that off and your mattress is clean. Personal preference. As far as swaddles go, our favorite to use was the Ollie swaddle. I could not recommend that more. If you don't know anything about swaddles, once your baby is born, they do have a startle reflex, and to help them sleep a little bit better, it's nice to have their arms nice and snug as they're sleeping. So with the Ollie, you can have them wrapped with their arms down. Once they start rolling, you can have one arm out, both arms out. We really liked that one. The only other one that I feel like probably would have worked for him is the Halo Swaddle sleep sack. That's kind of like a nice transition type of swaddle to sleep sack. I will also link the sleep sack that we use. He's still sleeping in a sleep sack now, and he's always been really, really comfortable in them. Some of them are super pricey, and honestly, I don't feel like you need something that's like ridiculously priced. Our baby sleeps with a sound machine. We love the Hatch Rest. It's a great sound machine. I know there are other maybe more affordable ones out there, but personally we really like that one. I also find portable noise machines extremely helpful. This is the one that we have from the brand Hush by Yoga Sleep. I did say there is an upgraded version of this one, so that is the one that I'm gonna link for you because it also has a little light on it, which I think is really helpful, especially if like you're in the dark searching for something. I feel like that would have been really nice to have, but we do have two of these floating around our house. If I was baby wearing and he was sleeping on me, I would just hook this to me. If he was in his car seat sleeping, hook this to the car seat, hook this to the stroller as he's sleeping. Like, these are just really, really nice to have on hand. I know a lot of people recommend those shushers. We have one. We didn't use it that much. We definitely used this way more. So I would say start out with the white noise and then see if you maybe want to get the shusher from there. The other thing that I recommend that I don't have in front of me are swaddle blankets. So if you're just wanting to wrap baby in something during the day, or we loved using swaddles for giving him baths as a fresh newborn. It just kept him a lot warmer as I was giving him a bath. You don't need the most expensive thing in the world. I will link the pack that we got from Amazon that we really, really liked. Let's talk about diapering. Something that I really recommend if you are somebody who doesn't want a bunch of excess stuff in their house is if you already have a dresser that you're planning on using in your nursery, or honestly just in your room. I think putting a changing pad on top of your dresser, I don't know, it just makes more sense to me than buying a whole piece of furniture that is just dedicated to being a changing table. The changing pad that I have, we like, but I did notice one that I saw on Amazon that seemed a lot more comfortable, that has washable pads that you can just take off and throw in the wash. It just seems like way more comfy that way. Ours is kind of like a rubber material and I don't feel like it's as comfortable for him, but it is really nice and easy to wipe off, but we still put like a little pad down just so he's like a little bit more comfortable. You're definitely going to want a diaper rash cream for sure, an essential. He doesn't really struggle with it anymore, but early on we definitely used a lot of diaper rash cream, especially when your baby starts sleeping through the night. I recommend putting it on just so they're more comfortable as they sleep. As far as diapers go, I can let you know what my favorites are. We personally love Huggies in our household, but we tried, I think maybe 3 other brands and they just didn't fit as well. So I think it really depends on the way that your baby is shaped, what diaper is going to fit the best. But the Huggies little snugglers, they used them in the hospital and we really liked them. So that's what we've used all along. We've used the Snug and Dry as well as the Little Movers line, as well as their swim diapers too, and their overnight diapers. We love Huggies. With that, you're also gonna need wipes. We like Huggies wipes, but we also really like the Amazon brand wipes. They're just like non-scented. Wipes are definitely not something that I feel like you have to have only this brand. Diaper pail. I definitely think this is something that is very essential. Those diapers, they will smell up the house, so you want to keep them contained in a place that will not stink. So I really like our diaper genie. I will link that for you guys. Bag refills are a really good thing to put on your registry as well because you will be using those up. And lastly, let's talk about a diaper bag. I can't give you guys a specific recommendation from Amazon. I like my diaper bag. It is from Mina Bay. It's really beautiful. I really like the organization kind of system in it. What I will say is it is a little bit pricier and it is a little bit hard to travel with too. I feel like I just need a little bit more room in it, but for every day I feel like it's really good. So if you have any diaper bag recommendations, leave them in the comment section. But honestly, you could probably just throw all the things you need in a backpack and be good to go, or some kind of tote. You don't need to have a diaper bag. Some people like wipe warmers and dispensers. We never found them necessary, so I would say that's not essential, but toss it on there if you want. Let's talk about baby gear next. So what I feel like is an absolute must is a wrap. I could not recommend baby wearing anymore. It is so nice. Number one, because you are able to be hands-free and get stuff done while you are snuggling your baby. Trust me when I say this, it goes by so fast. I cannot believe my baby is 10 months old already. I would love to like just wear him around the house, but he is way too busy for that. So baby wearing is so amazing, especially for those very, very early days. My baby napped so soundly in a wrap. I do wish that I got one of the kind of ring sling versions. Doing the actual wrapping process always took a little bit of time, so I will link the one that if I were to repurchase one today off of Amazon, that's the one I would get. Once my baby was 3 months old, I started using a baby carrier and I really like mine. I still use it when we travel. It is a dupe of a very pricey baby carrier that I'm sure is amazing, but I wasn't trying to spend $400 on a baby carrier. I just wasn't. Car seat. We own both an infant car seat and my son just started using his convertible car seat. I will link the infant car seat that we used. We have the Cybex Atten G swivel. I love a swivel car seat. It's just a lot handier if baby is sleeping to put them in the car seat, take them out that way. I really like it. The convertible car seat that we have is from Graco. It's really nice. We just started using it and I really like it as well. This one also swivels, so it's really nice and easy to get him in and out that way. Most convertible car seats now you can use from day one. The reason we got an infant car seat is because I got a travel system stroller where I could hook my car seat into my stroller, which I really liked. The travel system that I picked out is a pricier stroller. It was probably the splurgiest thing on my baby registry, but I really like it. We have the UPPAbaby Vista. I have the V2, but the V3 is what they sell now. There's honestly nothing negative that I have to say about it. I really love it. My son is super comfortable in it, and it's so easy to push. We got the bundle that comes with the bassinet and the rumble seat. The bassinet is so nice for those early days. He napped so well in the bassinet while we were out walking, and it was so nice for my mental health and my physical well-being to just be out in the fresh air. So I could not recommend it more. But what I will say is I saw some cheaper alternatives on Amazon that have a bassinet as well as like the toddler seat. So I will link those below as well. I can't guarantee that they push as nicely as the UPPAbaby, but they did look really nice. For the UPPAbaby Vista, we also purchased a liner insert, so he could be in the toddler rumble seat a little earlier. I think you can put them in there from like 3 months old, something like that, so I'll link that below as well. I bought it off of Amazon. It wasn't the official like UPPAbaby version. Something that I don't feel is absolutely essential, but if you are planning on traveling around with baby or, you know, sleeping at grandparents' house or something, it is nice to have a travel crib or play yard, whatever you want to call it. I have 2 different ones, and I honestly prefer the Graco one just because it is a standard pack and play size. I have a more like name brandy, nicer play yard that he sleeps in for naps right now that is great, but it was a little bit harder to find sheets and a mattress pad for it because it is an odd shape. But I really like the Graco one too. I was able to easily find sheets, a mattress pad, as well as like a thicker mattress for it. So 10 out of 10, recommend that one. All right, let's talk about health and safety next. Baby thermometer is absolutely essential. This one you just have to click it and it tells you the temperature. I also found this first aid kit from Little Remedies that I feel like is a perfect shower gift. It comes with a saline spray, acetaminophen that has no artificial dyes, sweeteners, or flavors, comes with gripe water, gas drops, diaper rash ointment, and a nasal aspirator. Those are just all really good things to have on hand just in case something's going on with baby. Instead of having to run out to the store to grab that stuff, you already have it. My baby has been sick with a cold, and we used that nasal aspirator as well as the saline spray. We've definitely had to use Tylenol with him before. Gripe water and gas drops are really nice to have too if your baby is struggling with gas. And obviously a diaper rash ointment, you're always gonna need to have that on hand. Pacifiers. My baby personally only really liked the MAM pacifiers. What I've read is they're really good for newborns, especially breastfeeding newborns, so I could not recommend those more. The teether that my baby loved the most is the Smiley Mia one, where he can kind of like grip his little hand in it and suck on it, chew on it. He loves those teethers. I also have this electric nail trimmer, which I use this so much. It comes with a bunch of different sizes depending on their age, and it also comes with an adult one, but baby nails are crazy, so trust me, you're definitely gonna want that. And then lastly, vitamin D drops. I think most pediatricians are going to recommend that you're giving your baby vitamin D drops, so it's just another thing that's just easy to register for. We've never needed to use a humidifier. I know some people put that on their registry, but personally, we've never needed to use one. Let's talk about bathing essentials next. I was able to use my sister's baby bath. I actually don't think they sell it anymore. I didn't see it on Amazon, but I did see that Frida Baby sold one that I definitely would have purchased if I was purchasing one now, because it is a grow with me bathtub. You can use it in infancy, and then once they're sitting up, you can use it too. It has like a little bar to make sure that they don't try to stand up, and that is the problem that I had with my baby and the bath that I was using as he started kind of trying to stand up. Oh my gosh, it was a nightmare keeping him down. So I thought that was a really good one. As far as towels go, I love these so much. We own 4 of them, and they are just so soft, and I thought they were really good price too. They're these little hooded muslin towels, so comfy. Also, some washcloths, definitely necessary when bathing, just for washing baby's face and their body really well. These are just simple ones from Amazon that I really like. As a new mom, I was always nervous about the temperature of the water, so having a little floating bath thermometer is really, really nice to have on hand. brand. As far as baby shampoo goes, I recommend CeraVe, just the unscented baby wash and shampoo. We loved that one. I did get the set that came with the lotion and the ointment, and I loved all of those products, but I will say my son definitely struggled with some eczema, so he needed something a little bit more heavy duty when it came to lotion. Tubby Todd's, it's expensive, but oh my gosh, it is the only thing that my son's skin responds really well to. So if you are struggling with a lot of bumpy skin on your baby, 10 out of 10, 11, 12, 13 out of 10 recommend. As far as ointment goes, Baby Aquaphor, we love it. And then we also use the baby bath brush from Frida Baby. That's really great for washing their hair. So let's talk about Nursery. I didn't put a ton of Nursery stuff on my registry just because I kind of wanted to do all the decor things myself, but I love, love, love my glider. I definitely think that's an essential thing to have. Just a really nice rocking chair in your nursery that's going to be super comfortable. I bought mine from Living Spaces, but I did see that Amazon sells some very, very similar ones. Mine is so comfy. I could literally sleep in it. Every single person that sits in it loves it. So I will link those for you guys. But if you guys want me to go through like a full-on nursery essential type of thing, like let me know. But again, I just don't think that's something that you absolutely need to put on your registry, especially if you're someone like me that still has their baby sleeping in their room. Like, you're not gonna have your baby in your nursery immediately. As far as clothing goes, let's talk about my favorite sleepers that are not from Amazon. I'm sorry. I love, love, love Old Navy sleepers, but a very, very specific one. It is the ribbed sleepers because they are so ridiculously stretchy. My baby gets so much wear out of these, and I swear nothing has been more comfortable. I mean, he can't tell me, but it seems like they're really comfortable. So I really like them, but a very close second favorite are Carter's, and I have specific favorites from Carter's. This one is actually, I think, 100% cotton, but it does have a good amount of stretch to it. Not all of the 100% cotton ones are stretchy. I personally like the ones that have a little bit of polyester in them. I know some people are very particular about doing 100% cotton, but I really like the ones that just have more stretch to them. I've noticed the sleepers that have the best stretch to them kind of have like a ribbed or some type of texture to them. So personally, that's just my favorite, but you can find Carter's on Amazon. So I will link the ones that I found that I thought were really cute and looked really comfortable. Again, not from Amazon, but I really like Old Navy's onesies. The ribbed ones specifically, they're super stretchy, but I did find some on Amazon as well. These are just really nice to throw your baby in when they're very, very young. I would say put some socks with grippies on your registry, as well as some lightweight pants. My number one recommendation with the clothing is just keep it simple. Definitely don't add too much to your registry because no matter what, people are going to buy you outfits. You definitely don't want to end up with 1,000 baby clothes when there are definitely other essentials that you absolutely need beyond clothes. Okay, and then the last section, let's talk about playing. I really liked the play gym that we ended up registering for. My son absolutely loved it, but I know people swear by the Love Everyone, and I actually did notice the brand that put out my like jungle themed one has a very similar play gym to the Love Everyone. So I will link both of those. And there are some people like my sister that just swear by the Fisher Price one that has a little piano on it. So whichever one you end up going for, I definitely think a play gym is great for tummy time as well as just playing and getting their little fine motor skills. My son loved his play gym. Some people don't deem a bouncer or a swing necessary. Personally, those were absolute musts for us, mainly because there are times where you need to set your baby down. You cannot be holding your baby 24/7 as much as you would like to. Sometimes you need to go to the bathroom or you need to wash a dish or something, and you can't be holding your baby. So it's just nice to be able to set your baby down somewhere. We love our Baby Bjorn bouncer. I know it is a little bit pricier, but we personally really love that one. It does turn into a toddler seat once they're older as well. We got a little wooden bar that he can play with on it too, and he loved that thing. We also really liked our swing, and my son really loved it too. It vibrated, it had some music, nature sounds to it. There was a bunch of different options that you could use for ways that it would swing, and I cannot tell you guys how much he loved it, and it saved us so many times as well. Ours also pulled apart, so you could use it as a rocker and place it different places as well, but I definitely recommend multiple places to be able to set your baby down because you're gonna need it, trust me. As far as toys go, I have 3 that I think are really, really great. Number 1, contrast cards are really nice to have when they are so young, because black and white and red, I think, are the only colors they can see early on. So contrast cards were really great for my son. They kept him entertained during tummy time. If he was just kind of like rolling around in his mini bassinet, I would set the contrast cards in there and he loved looking at them. I also recommend, I actually have it up in my crib right now, the Baby Einstein aquarium. I saw it on TikTok early on and I wish I had bought it from the get-go. My baby still loves that thing. He loves playing with it now. It's like a daily part of his routine. He loves hitting the on and off button, and it's so soothing and so calming for them. So I could not recommend that more. And then the last toy that I wanted to recommend that I think is a great toy for tummy time to keep your baby entertained is one of those like press and glow spinners. I will link the specific one that we have. It's from Bright Starts. It's not super annoying as far as like music goes. It's not super loud or anything, but once we got that for tummy time, he suddenly loved tummy time. He hated tummy time before using that thing, and once he was sitting up and he's able to push on it, so much fun for him. He still plays with it now. And lastly, I want to recommend our 5 favorite books, bonus 6 because I couldn't narrow it down to 5, but we read to my son early on and he still loves reading. It's like literally one of his favorite things is just to sit down and have you read him a book. He absolutely lights up. So I'm just gonna give you guys my 6 favorites that he loves too. I'll Love You Till the Cows Come Home. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Guess How Much I Love You. I was just reading that one to him yesterday and he smiles so much when I read that to him. He loves it and it's such a sweet story. Dragons Love Tacos. It is adorable. Little Blue Truck, if you know, you know. It's such a good one. The Gruffalo. That is by far one of our favorites in our household. I literally have the entire thing memorized. It's out of control how many times I've read it. Julia Donaldson is probably our favorite author in this household. We have so many of her books, but The Gruffalo is 10 out of 10 our favorite one. And then lastly, I wanted to include this one because my child loves it. Tiny T-Rex and the Impossible Hug. He gets a kick out of that one. He giggles, he smiles, he loves it. So those are just some good ones to put on your registry if you are looking for some good books for your baby. All right, you guys, I know from experience how overwhelming it is building a baby registry, so I sincerely hope that this was helpful. Again, if there is anything that I missed or anything that you absolutely love, please leave it down in the comment section. I hope this video makes building your baby registry a little bit more fun and less overwhelming. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!